What's going on, guys? Jamie here. Thanks for joining me in today's video. So I had the pleasure of interviewing none other than the deadbeat super affiliate Dan Brock in the Super Affiliate Accelerator community earlier today. And if you wanted to get some more information on that to see whether it's going to be the right choice for you, all you need to do is click that link below. There's a case study. Goes through the three-step process that teaches you how to leverage your activities on social media to build a sustainable brand that allows you to sell anything online, so you can sell high-ticket products, and that's the focus. Learning the fundamentals of sales, marketing, branding, all that sort of fancy stuff. Right, so check it out. Anyway, as part of the community, we often have other marketers come in and talk about their experience, and regardless of whether it's solely related specifically to what we're doing or outside that realm, or sometimes just other entrepreneurs, we like to get different opinions. We like to keep adding value to the community. And so Dan was a really interesting character, someone I've followed for quite some time. He kicked off in I think the early 2000s, so he's been around the affiliate game for feels like eons, which kind of is in terms of affiliate marketing. And one of the questions that we posed to him as part of the interview was, why do you think so many people don't make it as an affiliate marketer? Why do you think they kind of give up, or they just like they don't make it and then find other things to do, or just quit and call it a scam? And it was a really interesting response, because it kind of echoed a lot of the stuff that we teach as part of the accelerator program, which is things like, one of the doctrines that we have is taking imperfect action. One of the things Dan said is that a lot of people feel like everything has to be absolutely perfect before they launch. And I was of that boat, and he even admitted like sometimes he has that same mentality as well. I know for me, I still find it hard sometimes to kind of go, okay, I'm just going to launch this and see what happens. But you kind of need to throw that part of your brain away when you're doing this stuff, because there's another kind of quote that that we tend to live by and we tend to preach a lot as well, and this is one I got from my mentor Jacob Karras, which is money loves speed. I don't think he coined that term, but I have heard it before. He was someone that I kind of learned that from, and learned it in real time, how important it is to do that. And so the thing is that if you are applying perfection to everything you're doing as part of the affiliate marketing journey, what you'll find is that you end up just procrastinating. You end up just putting off the tasks that you should be doing that could be creating revenue in your business. And instead, you have to make sure it's all perfect before you launch the thing that does the other stuff that makes the thing work, right? So the big key takeaway of that particular part, and like I say, it was over an hour interview, and it was really just jam-packed with value along the way. But that was one of the things that I took away from it as well, was just that if you're thinking about doing something and you're not actually launching it, you're planning, you're mapping it out, and everything has to be absolutely amazing. You got to make sure that the graphics look beautiful and the editing and the video is absolutely amazing. You're going to miss out on a ton of opportunities, because what you're effectively doing is putting off the momentum of your own business just for the sake of being perfect. Now, this isn't school, okay? We're not in college, we're not in high school, we're not kindergarten, so you're not going to get an A if you make a good video. You're not going to get an A+ for having good grammar on a Facebook post. It's irrelevant, and it doesn't serve any purpose whatsoever. Now, of course, I'm not saying throw like grammar and syntax and presentation and like all that stuff to the wind and don't worry about it. What I'm saying is that the more that you're producing stuff, the more that you're doing stuff, the more that you're taking steps forward imperfectly, it is going to create a situation where that starts to become more and more perfect the more and more you do it. The content is going to improve over time. The way that you communicate is going to be more concise and more succinct over time. The way that you do your videos, now this is probably not the best example for me, because I've kind of gone the other way. I started off doing the beautiful editing and all that sort of stuff, or actually crappy editing, but I did some editing, and I've sort of thrown that pretty much away for the time being. And the simple reason being is that I decided that it was more important for me to produce the content and get my message out there than it was to spend eons of time doing stuff that I didn't really find revenue producing. It wasn't really valuable for my time to be stuck out there creating content and then editing that content. Now, don't get me wrong, I could probably make these videos a lot better than they are. I could probably have all sorts of fancy edits and what do they call it, cut things or whatever, like jump cuts or whatever. I could have all that stuff. and they would look fancy, and I'd rank higher, and I'd get more views on my content. Now, as ironic as this is going to sound, I don't really care about that, because that's not the purpose of my channel anymore. It used to be, I thought, cool, if I have 100,000 subs, I'm going to make a ton of money, life's going to be great. And that was the original goal when I set up this channel. And then I realized that what's more important is me building a brand and building authority with my audience. It's more important for me to cut through the people that want to look at all that fancy stuff, which is fine. I'm not criticizing those people that go down that pathway. Of course, they're going to have huge channels compared to what I'm ever going to get, and I'm okay with that, because the people that stick around that are watching right now, which are, what are we, 5.5 minutes into a video, these are the people that I'm trying to reach. The people that are right here, right now, I appreciate you tuning in, by the way. Feel free to smash that like button and hit the subscribe if you do get value from this type of stuff. Now, like I say, when you are producing, especially if you're on like Facebook or social media in general, you know, be cautious about certain things. Like don't like throw out ridiculous opinions and don't put any thought into those. What I'm saying is that if you're like drafting out a post, you're like do, and then you're rewriting it, and then you're making sure the grammar's correct and the spelling and everything looks neat, and then you're still thinking about it. And this applies to anything. I'm using it as an example, but it could be an article that you're writing, it could be a presentation you're putting together. It doesn't need all that fancy stuff. Like literally just a plain white background with black writing that clearly gets your message across and provides value is all you need. You don't need all that fancy stuff, right? And the other case in point, and this is kind of a real life case study, is when the Super Affiliate Accelerator came together. Jacob obviously had this amazing idea, and I was like, look, I'm all in, let's do it, whatever, right? And so I was very fortunate, because you know, we get along pretty well, and teamed up for the project. And well, actually, I'll rephrase that. It was more that he had the idea of the project. I'm like, I'll just do whatever. This is amazing. Let's go see what we can achieve here. But when that came together, I've told the story on this channel a few times, but there was no funnels. There was no like fancy testimonials from students. There was no like anything at all. And the thing is that in that first initial phase, in like 2 to 3 weeks, we sold 30 to 40 spots, whatever it is, $1,000 each. And so the idea behind that was, let's just create something that we know is going to be awesome and just keep working on it as we go. And of course, interviews like with Dan this morning, that's a prime example of how we've just added to it all the time, and adding more stuff to try and improve the experience for students, help them as much as we can as we go along. Having said that, going back to the start of it, if we had spent more time mapping it out, and like all the modules and everything that was meant to be, and you know how it's going to look, and the structure is going to look like this, blah blah blah, we would probably only have just started like creating anything sort of March this year. But the truth is that like that phase from going from, well, concept in Jacob's head to then all of a sudden, bang, we're actually doing it, we're selling this thing, that was a very short space of time. Now, I know he probably planned the whole thing out previously, so I was only privy to that last little segmentation of it, which is fine. But what I guess what I'm saying is that the idea that, hey, I put this idea out here, what do you reckon? Yep, sounds great, let's do it. Bang, to all of a sudden it is working, and we're getting students in, and the students start getting amazing results. We keep adding all this cool stuff in to blow up this thing. That never would have happened. We'd still be in the planning phase. We'd still be like arguing over like stupid stuff like font size and color and, you know, logos and all that sort of stuff that is realistically completely unimportant. So it's like been a bit of a shift in paradigms for me since working on this venture, because it's it really has, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's really proved the point that it's more important to be moving towards your goals rather than like mapping them out, you know, till the cows come home and then not doing anything with it, right? So anyway, hopefully you got some value out of this. Like I say, the main crux of it, I could have just condensed it down into one sentence, basically. Take some action, don't worry about if it's perfect or not, fix it up as you go along. And that process of just doing it, because it's not comfortable to start with, it's never going to be in the initial phases, but the more you do it, the more you put stuff out there, the more content you produce, the more times you get in front of the camera, the more live videos you do, the more articles you write, etc., the better that process is going to become, the more confident you feel in that process. And then as a result of the value that you're providing to your audience, and the more that you're helping them out, the more that they get to know you as part of a personal brand, the more that you're going to make as a result, right? So anyway, hopefully that has resonated with a few of you guys. If you got any value, please drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Love to hear what you think about that as well. And yeah, basically go out there, take some imperfect action, and I challenge you to be not perfect. See what it feels like. It's scary, but you know, it's how things get moving, right? So money loves speed. So if you can blend those two together, imperfect action, and understand that money loves speed, bang, you've got a perfect marriage, and I'm sure you'll do really well with your goals, especially in the affiliate marketing world. So my name's Jamie. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and yeah, like I say, smash that heart button, drop a comment, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Cheers.